Well, it's been a pretty busy morning again this morning, so give you a little update on this guy. This came in needing a service, but when I went to pick it up, it wouldn't start. As he got on it to tell me, he tells me as he's getting on it, this thing's always been really hard to start. It takes a long time, and so he's just sitting there holding the key, and I was getting worried that he was going to burn up the starter, so we decided to go ahead and just, take a look at it and add it on. So there has been a ton of things wrong with this as far as the starting and running, to a standard of acceptability, I guess is the best way to put it. The gas was bad. I mean, just terribly bad. The fuel line, the tank, the gas tank was clogged, so it wasn't getting any gas, and so I had to get all that cleaned up. And the thing is I was waiting overnight to start it. I would try something and it would start all day long just fine, but then the next day when you get in the morning, it wouldn't start right. So you really were just having to wait. So then the next day I got into it, and well, I don't know, I kind of lost track, but the spark plugs were bad. And it's actually the first time I've ever seen spark plugs just not working correctly. Usually it's the ignition coil. But then I've told you that the choke wasn't set correctly, so that's why it was taking so long for it to start. And then I got everything running, and then it was surging, just terribly bad. So I thought, well, I'm gonna have to clean the carburetor or replace it, one of the two. But I thought, you know what, I'll try some seafoam. I did that on the last lawnmower. Typically seafoam works really good. You just pour it in if it will run and it's surging. If you can't get it to start, seafoam isn't going to work because you're not getting it into the jets to clean it. So you're just going to take the carburetor apart and clean it. But this was running, it was just surging. That means the jets were restricted but not clogged. So waited, well, I think I waited 24 hours for that. I waited 24 hours and surging went away. It's running great. So I finished the service on this today, the valves, and so right now it's up in the air because I've got that silicone Permatex Ultra Black. I got it on there and it's supposed to dry overnight, but while it's drying you need to keep the oil from dripping down onto it, so you hold it back. And I got it washed up. You may remember it was filthy dirty, so I don't know. The services aren't too bad. There are a lot of up and down work, but getting up, going back down, and got the blade sharpened. The minor details I think are very important. It was missing valve caps, so I put those back on. Got new ones. So tomorrow, if this starts up like it should, then I'll call him up and let him know it's ready to go. So then you knew about these. This one I got running yesterday. I need to wash it. A new hose, new lines, and new priming bulb on that. That's all I did to that one. New spark plug, I guess. And then there's Skitty. She's trying to get famous. Hey, can you do me a favor real quick? I want to interrupt this video and ask you for a favor. At the end of this video, there'll be an up next box over one of my shoulders, and if you could click it, it'll take you over to my other channel. I really would appreciate if you would watch those videos and get me over the hump for these watch hours that I need to get monetized. I am so close. I would really appreciate it. And then after that, I will stop this begathon. Thank you. This one needs an air filter, new carburetor. It needs a service, but the carburetor is bad on it also. I tried to drain the gas out of it, but it wouldn't go out, it wouldn't drain out, so it tells me the carburetor's clogged. Got this one yesterday, but it's locked up. It's not locked up totally. I mean, you can pull it, but man, it's hard to pull. But the piston, the piston isn't moving. So I stuck a screwdriver into in here, and the piston won't move. I had to have Carolyn's help yesterday. I don't know if I can do it today. It seems to be pulling a bit easier. See if we can. Okay, so as the piston goes in and out, you should see the screwdriver go in and out. But you can see it's not. So that means the connecting rod is broke. So the connecting rod is what connects the crankshaft to the piston to make the piston go up and down. So she called me today and said that they don't want to try to repair it, which it's a costly repair. And I thought this thing was about 25 years old. She thinks it's about 20 years old, but regardless, it's a yard machine, basically a Walmart brand. So at the end of the year, I'll call the scrap guy and he'll come get it. I know somebody tell me you could scrap that yourself. It just cost me more in money and gas to go back and forth, dropping all this off at the scrap yard, where somebody with a big trailer could come and get it. And it's a good deed for the community. And then this one is a service also. So this one had bad gas in it. It wouldn't start. I changed the gas out. It started. So now it's starting pretty easy. I put a little seafoam in it today just to help clean out the carburetor. So we'll change out the oil and the air filter on that, and we'll get all these washed up. Then I have yesterday got a tire. Somebody brought me a tire they want me to put an inner tube into. So we'll do that. And the same guy brought me a chainsaw, electric one, and wants me to sharpen the blade. It is pretty sharp. I think we should go test it to see if it's dull. See if we can find a piece of wood here. Yeah, it's dull. So tomorrow, I guess I'll work on that walk behind trimmer and this chainsaw, because I got the parts for this, the air filter, new spark plugs, all that. We'll do a valve adjustment, change the oil, and wash it up, and then we'll sharpen this blade or this chain. So the hardware store down the road was sending me a lot of business yesterday. Some guy showed up with a chainsaw. He says, I'm from, and there's about a town about 45 miles away, and he says, I got a job up here to cut some firewood. So he just bought a brand new Echo chainsaw, brand new. And I don't know what he was doing, but he was adjusting the high lows and the idle screw. So he goes over to the hardware store and says, who works on lawnmowers around here? Well, they said me. So he comes over here and he says, brand new Echo, and it won't run. And it would start, but you'd hit the throttle, it would die. So the high lows were out of adjustment. I said, well, you should take this back to the dealer. It's brand new. It's still in warranty. He says, I can't. You know, it's 45 minutes away. I got to get it done now so I can go back to work. I said, okay, well, go grab lunch, and then I'll look at it. He says, no. I can't wait that long. I need it now. So he sat in his car, and I adjusted the high-low. I mean, it interrupted everything. I was eating lunch. Well, we kind of eat early, you know, for supper. So it was probably 1 o'clock. I know that our eating habits are a little different than everybody else's. But that's beside the point. So I'm eating. You could call it lunch, late lunch. And he just wants me to stop everything and fix his chainsaw. So I did. And it started up, got it running. You know, it probably took 10 minutes. So he's pretty convinced that the oil that he was using, which was synthetic oil, 2-cycle oil, was bad. Wasn't working. So he asked me if I'd sell him some of mine, so I did. I mean, it's nothing special. It's just stuff I buy. I mean, you buy it at Home Depot. The only reason I use it is because it has some fuel additive, fuel stabilizer stuff in it. That's it. That's the only reason. So I gave him that. I said, Dad, let's just do it for $5, you know, for the additives, or for the 2-cycle oil. He says, what I owe you for the labor? I said, well, nothing. I mean, it only took me a second to adjust it. So he gave me $10. I mean, you know, it's something. But getting busy. I don't know if everybody at the hardware store is passing the word on about my services. I went over there today and I said, hey, thanks for sending that stuff over yesterday. And they act like they had no idea what I was talking about. So it's just probably this one gal doing it. Real sweet gal. So, you know, that's fine. She doesn't work there every day. She's a manager. What it is one guy owns the hardware store and the gas station. And she manages both facilities. So one day she'll be at the gas station, next day she'll be at the hardware store. So I may not get anything today, but the way I'm looking at it, it's still March. And I've been pretty busy. Just because I'm not getting something new today doesn't mean I'm not busy. I still got 2 machines I need to get fixed. Well, 3. I got to get that chainsaw going and the tire. So, you know, that's quite a bit of work. So this week, I mean, today is just beautiful. But this week, I think the low it's supposed to get is 37 degrees. So I'm kind of hoping that the freezing weather is over with. It probably isn't, but because people are wanting to bring their pressure washers over. And, you know, I don't have any place to store it where it would stay warm because those pumps could freeze. So I've been telling everybody, just hold on to them. But I am going to leave this out. But if it's going to get below freezing, I can just bring it in real quick. Again, I'm trying to get more efficient with my tools and stuff. I'm still waiting on a toolbox. It was supposed to be here. It's not here yet. So get a toolbox, kind of get things organized a little bit, and just try to get more efficient. I'm now wearing an apron where I can carry pliers and a shop towel and my pocket knife. Once I take my pocket knife out of my pocket, I don't like putting my hands back in the pocket. It just makes the pants filthy dirty. But if I put it in the apron pocket, then it doesn't matter if that gets dirty. We can wash those in a little bucket. So I'm hoping the organization makes life a little easier this year. Instead of putting that pressure washer away every night, see if I can leave it out. And then all I got to do is go down there, turn on the inverter, come up here, start washing. So I'm really having a really good time. It's been pretty exciting how busy we got. Sounds like there must be a fire somewhere in the neighborhood. So I'm sure everybody on Facebook is going to be screaming, "Don't be burning today! It's a red flag warning." They've been screaming that for days. So I sure hope he likes how clean it is. Sure doesn't make them pretty. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you over to my new channel. And I guess we'll be changing belts on it. I'd really appreciate it if you take a look at it. We're so close to the watch hours. I mean, just so close. So I hope I can inspire you to find a great hobby business so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.